Great news, everybody. I've managed to get this misfiring bunch of misfits scoring. Now it's just about working at being more consistent in the league because we're drawing far too many games. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend Club 2 episode 6 with Dundee United. My name is Craig and coming up in today's episode we have two league games in the Scottish Premiership, away against newly promoted Queen of the South and home against table-topping Rangers. Now if you go on to enjoy this episode, make sure that you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button. It does help the channel out. We are so close to 200 subscribers. And it's also free to do as well, and who doesn't love free things in life? Now, since you were last with me, I mentioned in the intro, we've kind of lacked a bit of consistency. It's a little bit unfair. We've drawn about 2 games since the last episodes, when we had those 2 draws at the beginning of the season. We've had some wins, but mixed in with some disappointing draws. But the one thing I'm not disappointed about is the shock result we had against Celtic. At Celtic Park, we somehow squeaked out a 1-0 win. We were absolutely battered in this match by Celtic. I don't know how they didn't score, but in one of the few attacks that we had in this game, Johnny Kenny breaks through, sits the goalkeeper down on his arse, and puts the ball in the back of the net. An amazing goal, and we somehow held on for that 1-0 win, which means you may have seen the league table right at the very beginning, but we are sitting in 3rd place in the league, joint with Celtic at the moment. But of course, table-topping Rangers, who we'll see later on, starting to run away with it just a little bit. But it's not too surprising. We're not expecting to win the league this season. We are hoping to be in this sort of area that we are in right now, 3rd to 5th place, which would give us European football for next season. So, okay, good start to the season so far. We're about almost a quarter of the way, through the entire season. So, let's go and see how we do in today's games. But before we get into the first match, one transfer that was made just before the deadline day actually finished. We've brought in Chris Hopkins, a 18-year-old Welsh left midfielder from Mansfield Town. We brought him in for not much actually, £500,000. Now, for a League 2 player, that may seem like a lot of money, but this guy's been tearing it up a little bit in League 2, apart from this season, but that's because he's also been injured since he's gone back on loan to Mansfield Town. So we've sent him back there just to get some match experience. But the worst thing I can see about this is if he doesn't work out, he's got that 5-star potential, we'll just make some money off of him, because look at his value, up to nearly £4 million. Personally, I think that's a good little bargain. What stage we are in right now is that Dundee United should be looking to make money, because we haven't got that much. We are losing money. Our bank balance is in the positive, but we're going to need some more money, especially if we want to strengthen in future seasons while we're still here. Now, this is going to be the 11 that we're going to send out against Queen of the South for the first game of the episode. Vickers is in goal. A back 4 of Ashley. Where is Lewis Strapp? I want him in place of Cunningham instead. Cunningham's a very defensive left back, whereas Strapp is more of an attacking left back, which is what I feel we're going to need today. So back 4 Strapp, Morrison, O'Connor and Freeman, with Mane, Thomason and O'Donnell in the midfield. Poku in attacking midfield, Bradley on the right wing, Kenny is the man up front. We have had a slight tactical change in the last 3 or 4 matches, and that is of course Poku dropping into the attacking midfield role with Bradley just on the right hand side. I would normally play Ovora Edwards, but I think he's just behind my head. He is injured for up to 3 weeks. What's he actually got? A torn groin muscle. Yeah, he's definitely not running with that. So Bradley will take his place in the starting lineup. We do have Ross Stewart on the bench, who can play up front or attack in midfield as well. So definitely options. It's still trying to figure out who is good in what role. Kwame Poku has shown he is quite effective as an attacking midfielder. In fact, he's better as a wide player, but he's more of a right winger. But he can play as a natural in that attacking midfield role. So, personally, I'm very happy to play him there as long as he performs. If he doesn't, he'll go out to the right wing and Ross Stewart can fill in attacking midfield instead. We're still sort of tinkering with some of the players in this lineup, and we're just seeing who is better playing in what position. The midfield in particular, I'm going to be having a very, very keen eye on here because O'Donnell and Wintle, they're good, but they're not massively brilliant in that midfield area at the moment. So the jury's out on them. If they don't perform, then we've got a few other players who can step in, such as George Thomason, who has stepped in as the ball-winning midfielder today. I forgot he's actually a replacement for Ryan Wintle, who normally would play instead alongside O'Donnell. But overall, for us, it's about bringing in players who are actually worth a little bit of money in the long term, because that way... Oh, I think that just came back off the bar. But overall, like I said, we are trying to make some money long term, so we can then go and reinvest, keep building this squad, and hopefully get that little bit closer, or that much closer, to Rangers and Celtic. I know I'm overjoyed about the fact that we beat Celtic at Celtic Park, but I don't envision that being the start of the start of a very dominant season. I think we got very lucky against Celtic. I'll take it, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to happen every single time, especially when we play at theirs. And there is a fantastic cross by Stephen Bradley. Kenny in the right place at the right time, right behind the goalkeeper. Did this ball just fizz right past the goalkeeper? This must have been going very, very fast. That keeper didn't even try and pick it up. Let's have a look. Bradley crosses it in. The keeper just froze, and Kenny luckily reacted in time. Taps the ball into the back of the net. It is Dundee United 1-0 up against Queen of the South. The main reason I have sort of tinkered with the tactic and just brought back one of my strikers into attacking midfield is so the attacking midfielder, in this case Poku, can get more involved with the midfield, which he's more than capable of doing, but that's why he's on a support role. Great tackle there by O'Donnell. He's heard my battle cry for a better performance. Kenny is through here, and Kenny just slams a ball home. Mane with the assist, and that is a very, very good finish. That's not the sort of thing we were seeing in the last episode, was it? I told you, I've started to get them scoring, and it only took a bunch of chance conversion training to do it. It also took a couple of one or two friendlies plus a 7-1 hammering of St Johnstone in the league in order to get the confidence in front of goal, which sometimes you just need results like that to just help you out. And I don't know what Freeman was doing there. I thought he had the player, but this time he manages to just get the ball down to Poku, and Poku breaking forward. He's got options. Kenny over to Strap on the left-hand side, and Poku is through here, and Poku slots the ball home. That's what I mean about Lewis Strap being more attacking. He's willing to get up and down that left-hand side, especially with a lot more pace than Cunningham, and just make chances. He's got, I think, about 4 or 5 assists this season so far. It's either him or Mane, who basically is going to be a very, very useful assist maker down that left-hand side. Mane, for his worth, is also starting to settle into this team a lot more now on that left-hand side. He's swapping with Mikey Johnston, who I don't even think is on the bench. In fact, can we see? No, we're just going to have to go through here instead. Very good first half. Let's keep that up for the second. Let's just have a look at the subs. I think it's behind my head. You can't really see all of them. But I can tell you, unfortunately, Johnston is not on the bench, which is not ideal. I'm kind of wanted him there. Why do I talk? Why do I talk? Why do I say anything? Oh my god, game, I was joking. I did not mean... Oh, you idiots. Damn it, Poku's going to have to go out to the left-hand side. Ross Stewart can go in attacking midfield instead. Because with the goal kick, and is that another one of our players injured? I just saw someone, yep, Stewart. He's only just come on and he's bloody injured already. Ay, ay, ay. Right, Poku plays the ball in. It has just been cleared. Thomason cleans up. Stewart. He's injured. Oh, he's going to have to come off already. Good grief. Right, Declan Glass is going to have to go in. Ball's played forward to Poku on the left-hand side. Strap. Play a ball in. You play a mean ball, man. And oh, I don't know what's happened there. The ball just ping-ponged around there on the goal line, and Kenny grabs his second goal of the game. Ross Stewart has just been substituted. He'll come off after this. But this is why I just want Strap to cross the ball. He's just got a mean cross. He creates carnage in the area. And Kenny bags his second of the game. Very happy for him. Yes, we'll confirm those tactical changes, but my gosh, the injuries this season. We've brought in another physio as well. We've increased the number of physios we've got. So I don't know why these physios are not trying to keep our players fit, or rather actually managing to keep our players fit, as Kenny is denied a hat-trick there. We do have a corner though. But I kind of despair at the amount of injuries that we have been picking up. Who else is on the injury list at the moment? Fornar has literally just come back from another injury. And you know what? It's nearly 80 minutes. We are going to make a couple of changes, I think, before... Oh, God. We've got 2 substitutions left. The substitute has been substituted. Fantastic. Ryan Wintle is going to come off for O'Donnell, and O'Connor is going to come off for... Do you know what? I want to see more of Darnell Johnson. Darnell Johnson, since he's come back from injury, we've been building his fitness up a little bit. I've been playing him mostly at right back, so let's have a look and see how he is at centre back. He can play in both positions, so I'm hoping he's more than good enough as Queen. I was about to say St Johnston. No, it's Queen of the South who have got a goal back. We can just drop to balance, to be honest. We don't need to see that again. As I think we just need to maybe drop the high press a little bit. There's no point wearing the players out. In fact, are we on a high tempo? Here we are. Whoops, I did not mean to keep that on. But 4-1, I hope that will effectively be that. Let's just finish up the game. All the game management stuff. Just save a bit of energy and save our legs, please. 2 injuries in 1 match is 2 injuries too many. Very good. Now, please, don't let them be too injured, please. Especially Mane. He's the one I'm worried about the most. Oh, boy. 4 to 7 weeks. Okay, 4 to 5 weeks. But still, you can see here, Ross Stewart, 2 to 8... Well, he's out 2 to 8 days. We've just seen that. Injured innocuously. I don't know what that means. Although Edwards is out for up to 3 weeks, and Mane, as we've just seen, 4 to 5 weeks. The injuries continue. Let's hope that's the last of it in this episode, certainly, because we've got Rangers coming up next. Well, guess who got himself injured all over again? That's right, Tyrese Fornar. This man can't stay injury-free to save his life at this point. He's out for up to 8 weeks with a broken toe now. Let's have a look at his medical report. How many injuries has he had recently? So, good grief, going back to September 2024, so literally just over a year ago in game, he's had sprained knee ligaments, a twisted knee, he broke his foot in April, as we remember, a tight groin, a tight hamstring, and a broken toe. Hey, this man's legs and feet have the integrity of cheese string at this point. What the heck? I'm surprised there's no recurring injury here, which is good, but I'm not convinced at this point that he can actually stay injury-free. Also, we've offered out Taylor Gardner-Hickman, one of our attacking fullbacks, because he's not getting any game time, and before he decides to get upset with me, I thought we might as well just offer him out and see what happens. And it looks like Birmingham have met his release clause, which is £350,000. So, how much did they even buy him for in the first place? It's profit. Who cares? It's profit. Let them just have him, because we already have another right back coming in anyway. In January, I believe. Yeah, in January. From the transfer episode, I went over who was coming in, and that is going to be Sam Curtis, who, quite honestly, I think will be a very good prospect in future years as a 19-year-old fullback there. He'll be coming in on the right-hand side. So for this game against Rangers, there's been a few changes, naturally, because of injuries in the last match. Freeman retains his place at right-back ahead of Darnell Johnson. Cunningham is in at left-back ahead of Lewis Strapp because I want someone who's a bit more defensive-minded. We're playing Rangers here. And Mikey Johnston is in on left midfield in place of the injured Fabio Mane for the next few weeks. Stewart comes in attacking midfield with Poku replacing Stephen Bradley on the right-hand side. We are a bit more balanced in terms of our formation. We're not going ultra positive. We're not going positive, basically. Rangers are way too strong. And quite frankly, we need to do the same sort of thing, hopefully, that we did against Celtic. We did pretty much the same tactic, effectively almost the same players. I think Mikey Johnston is actually in against Celtic because mentally he's better anyway than Fabio Mane, and that's no slight on Mane. He's only 18 years old. He will get better in future seasons. I mean, look at that Rangers lineup. Podence is on the left wing. I know I've just said his name, but Podence is he's a top quality player in the Scottish leagues. Rangers were linked with Fabio Vieira, Arsenal's Fabio Vieira, back in January earlier this year. And yeah, if that's the calibre of player they can actually bring in, we might be in a little bit of trouble. We have a throw-in on this occasion, which is good to see because we've had absolutely no shots on target whatsoever. Winter with the ball in the middle, plays it out to Poku on the right-hand side, plays the ball in, and there is Stewart who heads it just wise. That is our first chance, and it doesn't even get much on XG. What is the actual point? Okay, stay calm, everyone. Stay calm. It's cool. Half-time. 0-0. Hardly anything has happened. I don't care. I don't care if there's no highlights for the rest of this game, because that's a good thing. Free kick to Rangers here, and I was kind of hoping we would actually get to the end of the game with no highlights, and it has literally just gone over, and we won our own free kick here. Hang on, hold on. Mikey Johnston. Oh, just well saved by the goalkeeper. That's unlucky. Okay, end the highlight there? No? Are we just going to continue? No, they're just going to play the ball out from the back. Oh boy, we got to play Rangers playing out from the back. And that's not very good now, is it? They've got the ball down our right-hand side here, and can someone just put in a tackle? Oh, good save by Vickers. That was a long-range shot, and it is a corner to Rangers. After the highlight ends, we will make some substitutions. We've got a few tired legs out there, especially up front, as the ball is just cleared for a throw-in. And is that the end of said highlight? Yes, it is. Oh my god, we go again. No, come on. There's no need. Wintle has the ball. There is an absolute need to keep the highlight going. Wintle, play the ball out to the left. Kenny, he's got the ball forwards. You can play it out if you want. Nope, he's through here. Oh, he has a shot, but it's too weak, and it is into the goalkeeper's arms. And that is now the cue to go and make some substitutions. Right, first substitution, Declan Glass is going to come on for Stewart. Poku is knackered on that right-hand side. Stephen Bradley, who's mentally better? Who's mentally better? Is it Stephen Bradley? He's alright. Or Banjiki? They're about the same as each other, aren't they? Who works harder? Oh, definitely Banjiki. Right, so Banjiki is going to get his first big match. And for the midfield, Thomason is on a yellow card. Good grief, and he's not having the greatest game in the world. So O'Donnell is going to come on. I should have actually mentioned O'Donnell was substituted because I felt he's not performing as well recently, which is a bit of a shame for him. He is wanted by top clubs, but if he's not able to perform, then he doesn't start in my lineup. It's as simple as that. Plus Thomason I like as the ball-winning midfielder, but he is on a yellow card. I don't really want to risk missing him as Rangers are through here. Oh, that's so cruel. Referee, that's got to be offsides. No, it's not. Oh, we held on to the 87th minute. That is just so cruel. We did so well until the very end. I mean, 1-0 against Rangers. We got completely blown up by Rangers last season, so yeah, this is what we're up against. The Rangers and Celtic, I know we beat Celtic, but the both of them, they're just a class above us. We're still having to build up to their level first before we can even think about overthrowing them. Like I said, we're not in the hunt for the title, but we are in a good place. If we beat all the teams around us and below us in the league, we'll have a good season. And that's got to be the aim. First defeat in 18 games. Not too bad, not too bad. Right, we are going to come back for the next episode around sort of January time, when we'll be about halfway through the season overall. Also see if we can bring in any new players. There are a couple of new players who are going to be coming in. We'll go through them when they arrive. But I think we will have so we've only got about £1.5 million. So unless the board wants to give me some more money, maybe not that many more acquisitions, but there will be a couple of new players, and hopefully some of the older players who will be leaving at the same time. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of the season coming up, as we hopefully maintain a European charge. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for the support on the series so far, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.